The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Money Masters. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom O'Brien and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials down 6. You get the NASDAQ up 14. S&P's a flat. Gold contract up 13.80, trading 11.79. We get silver up 15 cents at $16.17 an ounce. Platinum is up $29 at $9.73 an ounce. We get copper flat at $2.55. Copper was up 7 pennies yesterday. Copper was moving big time. Oil contracts up 60 cents, $53.83. We have oil numbers out at 11 o'clock. Gas will be out at 10:30 today. Notes, the 10-year note up 11 ticks, 124.15. 30-year bond up 16 ticks, 151.06. Both notes and bonds want higher price. Counterintuitive to them going up on rates. But bottom line, that's what's happening. And good old King Dollar. King Dollar's giving it up on volume. King Dollar's down 819 ticks, 101.890. Euro's up Euro's trading 105, and the yen's at 115. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. The world of the good old dollar.
Quite a move.
It's a big move. It looks to me that in the Fed minutes yesterday, folks, what you had, there was a quote in there, and what it had to do with it had to do with, they were saying gradual over the coming years.
Okay.
And it's like, coming years?
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean?
Right.
Right. You know, it's like not few years, coming years.
Yeah.
Like, is that 3, 4, 5? You know, what is that? And I suspect that's what, when you're kind of looking at what's going on with the dollar, what's going on with the bonds, they're both counterintuitive moves, there's no doubt. But guess what? They have sellers. If we go over, and let's go take a look at this dollar for a second, because it's not going to take much to get the dollar right back into it. Already broke the low of last week, and you're going to have the volume. We did 38,000 contracts on the 30th. We're at 31,000 already.
Yeah.
That was on the 31st.
What? Wait, 30th or 31st?
30th.
Yes.
On the December 8th, what we had done is this, folks. We had broken the breakout area. So the breakout area, and the reason this area is so important here, I'm going to bring this back on a longer basis so you can see, is that this was the consolidation that we were in, I believe, for a couple years. Let me see this for a second. Yeah, we were in this consolidation. The consolidation started February of 2015. We broke out, and we broke out. Right? Yeah, it would be, the breakout would be considered the election week.
That's the week after, I think. It's those 2 weeks. The week before got it up to
That's
level,
right.
The week after it got it over.
Yes, okay. Yeah. So the number to keep your eye on is the 100.600. And the reason being is that we got under there once. It looks like it's going to go after it again. And, you know, if we have a failure there, well, what that would mean is that, guess what? Then you have a chance of running down to 91 again, you know? And,
yeah. You know, it's interesting what the Fed was saying, because I was hearing different people talking about different things, and I forget who was talking about it, but no matter who was talking about it, I heard it. It makes a lot of sense, and I've been thinking about where, you know, there's not like uncertainty or fear in the market right now, which is a little wild in terms of, you know, the uncertainty that really is present, I believe.
Yeah, no doubt.
In terms of a new president coming in what's today? You know, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a day. I think it's 15 days to the day.
Right.
And there's going to be massive change. We'll see how that change plays out, right? You know, but you know, every article there's going to be some different takes on what we've been doing, and that can be good, it could be bad. But there should probably be a little bit more uncertainty, which should be fear, which should be, you know, in the market. And that was kind of what the Fed hinted at, I thought, maybe even in there, saying that we're not sure how those policies are going to play out yet. I saw a few quotes.
And
I'm merging things of, what I'm talking about. I just saw another talking head.
I think everyone's merging things because it gets.
They all come together. They do.
It gets to the point that there's been a million things that are said that are going to get done. We'll find out what gets done.
Yeah.
And companies are going to find out, is that going to be good for the company or bad for the company?
Yeah.
And when we talk the market,
when you talk about free trade being down the tubes, that should scare people because free trade does a lot of good for a lot of companies.
Oh,
and so it's not as simple as you end free trade and everybody makes out like bandits. That's not how I think things might play out.
But that's not how things play out factually inside the S&P 500. Also, when you look at the numbers, that's what you're talking about. Because
there's a lot of opinions involved. I love to speak in facts too, but
I'm talking about earnings. Earnings in the S&P 500. Okay, those companies make a huge amount of money overseas. So they're making that on trade. They're not selling that product to the United States.
They do. They'll still be able to sell it though. There just might be tariffs.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's right.
Right.
Factually, we don't know how that's going to play out. That's all. We don't.
No, there's no doubt.
Factually, we know companies do business overseas. Factually, we do not know how they're going to do when the new administration has new policies. And that fear is just nowhere in the market. It's not.
Right.
We'll see if we get to 20,000 today. We'll throw the party at 11 a.m. for Mr. Basil Chapman.
Where is it?
We're 60 points away.
That's a long way away.
Oh, come on.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Dow's flat, Nasdaq's up 16, S&Ps are up a half a point. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow right now down 5. You get the Nasdaq up 18. Let's go to our man Tom in Plymouth. Hey, what's going on, brother?
Hey, good morning, Tom and Tommy. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, Tom.
Yeah, let's make it a great one, man.
Oh, it's been going well so far.
Yellow market action to keep you busy?
I love these Nugs, the J-Dust, the Dust. I don't know. I haven't been doing those J-Dust and Dust for a little bit, but these Nuggets, the Nugget and the J-Nug, oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
These things are on fire.
Hold on, man.
It's a
Hold
beautiful
on to your
thing.
seat.
It's a good way to kick into 2017. There's no doubt
Just
about
gotta make sure you're
that.
on the right side, man.
And you got to understand these are daily investment vehicles, man.
Definitely.
But they're great. They're great trading vehicles.
I was just going to say that because you said that. I don't know if it was yesterday or the other day.
I think it was yesterday we were talking about it.
Yes.
Yeah, because, I mean, even going back to last week, I was in it, and then on Friday I got out, but I got out just in time, and all of a sudden, Friday afternoon, it was like, what the heck just happened to this thing?
That was intense. Yeah.
So I bought some more. So I said, I'm buying some more.
Yeah.
So it was like, but now I'm in, I guess, the dilemma of just moving the stop up and just kind of seeing what's going to happen for this little ride here.
So let's take a look at it. If we start with the Nugget, folks, NUGT, the Nugget is the Direction Daily Gold Miners Bull 3 times leveraged New York ARCA Gold Miners Index. So if we go over to that GDX just for a second and take a look at it, this came off the bottom with strength. Last week, bottom line, excluding the Friday. Well, what happened on Friday, folks, it did get to a higher price and then gave it up in spades. But what you're doing now is that it looks to me like the GDX is going after this 2570 mark.
That's the day after the election too, just to put it.
Yeah, which is really cool.
I mean, you can see how things went, in terms of that's the election day right there. This is the day after. That's when markets digestion would happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where it's going after. Because the bottom of that is 24, the top is 2570. If we go over to Nugget and we take a look at Nugget now, Nugget is trading at 992. You already launched the downdraft from December 14th. You're into the downdraft from the 9th, 10th, and 11th. So that's saying, hey, it's pretty intense, man.
Now let's just jump back and forth for a second, because this is a great example of, daily investment vehicles, right? Because this is the same day. This is November 9th,
yes.
Right? The low of that is 1306, and we're not even at $10 right now in this. Whereas if you go back to the GDX, we're much closer on a percentage basis to that same day. So that's, you don't want to think, whereas if you're in the GDX, right, you hold that position, you're almost back to break even, maybe. You're not even close. You need another 30% in Nugget to get back to your break even. Right. Great example of why you just can't hold these daily investment vehicles for a period of time and think that they're going to react in the same way as the underlying index.
Right.
Yeah.
No doubt, because they're not, and that says it right there.
Yeah. They ramp up on the way up and they scale back down on the way down, and that changes how they react over a period of longer term time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if they go down on you, you got to make sure you get out of them quickly because they can go down pretty fast.
Well, here, we're
going to go to some natural gas.
Well, yeah, we can do natural gas too. We're doing natural gas yesterday.
Let's look at dust first, man. Dust
but watch when you see dust.
You don't got to go much further than there. There you go.
With dust, you're a hero on December 20th. It's at $72. On December 28th, it's at $55, and then on the 29th, you're at $43. So that's
and
important.
Now you're at 36, 50% cut.
Yeah,
so it's literally 50% to the right there, half your position gone.
Right.
Yeah.
And UGAS, that's the UGAZ. That's the one we were talking about yesterday.
We were looking at this yesterday. That's what I think we were referencing the daily investment deal. Yeah.
Right. It was at $48 on the 30th, and it closed at 46, and then on the 3rd,
welcome to 2017.
It opened to 28,
and it closed at.
We were looking at the DGAS there last week, and I don't know why I didn't buy it at 289, but I was like, and that thing took off.
Well, that's because you made so much money on the J-Nug and the Nugget.
Well, I only know these 4 stocks in the stock market now.
You only got to know what you love, man. You know, you do what you like and what works. That's it.
There's nothing wrong with that, man. I think there's everything right with it myself.
In all seriousness, we laugh, but you focus on what you know. You become accustomed to their action. You become used to, how things react to underlying moves, market action, dollar, all that stuff where you understand how this is going to move, Tom, whether it's the dollar, the market, and currencies across the board. And,
that's why I love them so much.
Yeah.
It's the underlying moves, okay? And if you pay attention to the index that we're going to, when we're talking the metals market, you pay attention to the dollar, you have more probabilities, I feel, that in your favor trading these.
You just understand all the variables at play.
Right.
And you can't understand all the variables at play of every index and every stock and every commodity. So pick what you know, focus on it, and then you really understand what's what's affecting what you're trading.
Totally.
Yeah.
So now what are you going to do?
I am just going to sit tight and watch, and it never hurts to take profits. You can't lose doing that.
No, you can't.
True.
You can always say, I wish I stayed it, but, if you take them and you got them and you put them in your pocket, it's like walking away from the craps table a winner instead of staying there another 15 minutes.
It is, man, because, losing an opportunity is not the same thing as losing your actual investment.
Right.
You might miss an opportunity, but you're not losing money. There's a different deal. Missing opportunities is not the same as losing actual equity in your account.
Right.
So
not even close.
Not even close, exactly.
Right.
Well,
always
I just
another
want to thank you guys again, and starting off the new year very well. Thank you very much. I appreciate your help.
Okay, Tom, have a great one, man. Have a safe one.
Good to hear from you, Tom.
Yeah, you too.
Now, let's go right over to the natural gas market because, let's see.
Yeah.
6 minutes.
Talking about natural gas.
Okay,
We're coming up.
Where are we? So natural gas right now. Now, this is taking a beating.
Not today, but
no.
not yet
It's
at
at
least.
328. And, folks, if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform, great time to do it. Let's go over and let's see.
Want me to jump around here real quick?
Yeah, please.
Definitely.
Okay, so what we will do is that we'll find the natural gas contracts.
Yep. We're going into commodities, right?
Yeah.
We're going to take a look at the spreads. We're going to look at our natural gas. Now, we're usually looking at the 11 a.m.s first to see where we're trading at. We got the indicative natural gas contract, and we're looking at the February contract here. We'll be sure we're on the same one. Yep, 328, almost 329.
Okay.
And realistically, we have one with 330, the upper and the bottom, and that would make sense because there hasn't been a dramatic move.
Right.
So what's going on here is you have the middle spread, which is 320 to 340.
Okay.
And that would make sense because they set these spreads, around where the index is. So as long as there hasn't been a dramatic move, they'll line up well.
Right.
Because this is the one where it's basically going to be square in the middle.
Yep.
This is one where they're going to put the floor at where it is. This is one they're going to put the ceiling at where it is. So let's just take a peek. So here's the one going from 310 to 330. If we're going to play both sides, would be selling that, right? Because the ceilings would be looking for it to go down to 310. And then in the same respect, would be buying the one with 330 as the floor.
$34 and
$20.
54.
Yeah, 54.
So you need 5 penny move. 5.5 penny move, right? To break even.
Yes. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So can we put a chart up just for a second?
Sure.
Use that chart. That's cool.
Yes. Right here. Yeah. 5.5 pennies, and what did we move yesterday? Like 60 to 70 pennies?
Oh, seriously, man.
Wow, look at this move before.
Oh, this is interesting.
So that's amusing in that I said, okay, there hasn't been much movement because I haven't watching it, right? I didn't know this happened. I just knew that this is when they, this is the price that they set it at.
This has just happened when we just come on.
Well, yeah, 10 o'clock. Well, yeah, it started, yeah. I just mean the move, from 9 o'clock it went down, but the reason why they line up so well is because they set those spreads right here.
Yeah.
Well, we'll make our decision over the break and we'll come back, man.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. EverBank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We get the Dow flat, NASDAQ is up 16, S&Ps are flat, and let's see, did we come up with natural gas numbers yet?
I don't see the news. Maybe, oh, here we go. Inventories fell 49. I'm looking at Bloomberg on the other screen. We'll see if there's a reaction. They fell 49 billion cubic feet. I'm clicking on. We'll just take a quick peek because it looks like this is the contract right here. We'll explain. Something's going on.
Yeah, because one of our contracts is making good money.
Yeah, so we put on one contract on each side. We'll go through it afterwards. This is kind of the first breaking news I pull up. Natural gas inventories fell 49 billion cubic feet. Let's see if they talk about the median estimate. No, they don't in here.
We might have a top live.
Go for it.
Let's see.
They don't normally do the natural gas top live.
No.
Oil they do.
Okay. NQ.
We'll see though.
And
what is nice, and let's talk about it as you.
Okay, that they don't have the live on it. Yeah. They do not have the live.
No, yeah, I'm just looking if there's sometimes the median estimate starts to pop up here. 49 billion cubic feet. They're talking about maybe a meltdown in the den. Yep, and there's the chart catching
Okay, so now we should go back to what we did.
Okay.
Because it was pretty wild what happened, folks.
Yeah, so it's the same contracts we were looking at.
Yeah.
Right? So here they are. Here's the positive side,
yeah.
330 to 350. Here's the negative side. Now this is the one with all the value currently.
You know what to do? Can you just sell that one right now?
Take your profit?
Yeah.
You want to buy it back then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just make sure. You're throwing quick stuff at me here, man.
I know.
You're telling me to sell it when we're buying it. Okay.
Thank you.
You got it. Okay. So here's our two contracts.
Right.
And what was nice was, here's a good example where you have, it looks like two market makers in here. You see the 17s are crossing and the 5s were crossing. And this is just moving really fast is what's going on as this thing is still tanking. But what was nice was we had, see this individual one order here, right? So, I mean, you have access to the market when you trade on Nadex. You can be in there, you can be the bid and the offer. And so what was nice was when we pulled this up is that another investor, maybe somebody like ourselves, maybe somebody out there listening to the program, went in there and they had a 1-unit
contract
bid or offer that was basically within the market that gave us a better opportunity to take that at a cheaper opportunity. And so I think the combined value, one was about $14 on one side, the other one was about $21. So you end up getting in about $35 as opposed to the $50, which means you only need 3.5 pennies,
which is huge.
Yeah, and so the whole trade was about $35. And we'll see where you got out, but I give or take, I'd say about 100, 110. 320 is about 100. And realistically, that's going to be right square in the middle of the spread. So I just know right away that it's going to be trading pretty much right at par in terms of, it's a futures contract when it's in the middle of that spread.
Sure.
So you would have gotten out at about 320. We were just doing it so fast, and we can pull it up. I'm not sure what price you got.
With a downdraft like that, I could, it's like I'm just taking the money.
You can't go wrong. Well, as Tom said in the last break, you can't go wrong taking profits, man. When you're putting up $35 for 2 contracts, you get a spike 10 pennies in the span of 30 seconds. Yeah, right? How can you go wrong taking that money? And guess what happens, right? Your this position to the upside is still active.
I know.
That's a free roll. And you can see that. So that one was the one that we got in at 311. The whole trade was only $11.
Right.
So if that happens to just completely reverse around, and we don't think that's possible.
No.
But guess what? It's going to happen sometimes. You do enough of these trades, we know it's going to happen. Especially on news events like this, it's going to happen.
And especially natural gas.
Especially, oil has some crazy moves up and down too in terms of, but they spike it one way, and we'll see what happens.
And we got, oil now. I'm Mr. Basil Chapman. We'd be coming on, but oil's at 11 o'clock.
It is. It is. So same thing. If we wanted to trade oil, we'll just take a quick peek at it since we're looking at it. So again, commodities. Now they got binaries. They're talking about binaries in the den as well.
Yeah.
Let's see what they're talking about real quick before we jump to oil, because I know our man Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's still looking. He's talking about now. He's looking at maybe a 324 for noon. So he's looking for maybe a 4-penny bounce. That's probably more realistic than going all the way above 330, right? In terms of that would just be a slight pullback. But he was even looking at before the news came out. I saw there was maybe a 332. No, it was only trading at 330, and you could get a binary for $18. You're risking 1 to make 5 almost there, risking 20 to make 100 about. Risking 20 to make 80 if it expires at full value of 100. So there's a bunch of options. But jump it back, commodities, spreads, crude oil, and the ones you'd want to look at first was probably the 12 o'clock. You definitely don't want to look at the 11 o'clock.
No, 10
that's
to
what
12,
happens.
yeah.
And you got to trade in about 53.80. And look at that, 53.75. So you have a great point if you wanted to do both of them.
Yes.
And you got $1.50 in each direction. 53.75 to the downside, 52.25, 53.75 to the upside, 55.25. If you wanted to even see what we could do right now, we'll do a quick.
No, that's good. We get some time though before we. This is going to be good. Okay.
Yeah. So you're looking at about $63.
Okay.
So 63 cents. Now here's what you have to consider, right? 63 cents, not that drastic when the moves we've seen in oil.
Right.
But what you have to keep in mind is that you're risking 63, and realistically, the most that you can get is 150.
Oh yeah.
Right. Whereas you were putting up on the natural gas trade, to put things in perspective. Let's see if it's still up here. Yeah, you were risking 35 for a maximum $200.
Right.
Maturation.
Right.
So that's a different deal.
And I got over 100.
You did, exactly. You got 3 times on your money.
Right.
Realistically, in this trade, and it's because there's more of a likelihood that after the news comes out, that this oil contract could spike either to the high or to the low. Whereas when you're trading natural gas at a 20-cent move, that's not as likely. We saw a huge spike. We did. But when you're trading oil, there is a high likelihood that you might get that $150. Whereas maybe not as often you'll get the $200 when you're trading that natural gas the way we did. But yeah, like you said, you got basically a 200% profit, put up about 33, made about 66, call it.
Yeah.
And you really can't even do that in this trade. The most that you can make putting up 65, you get 150 back, you make about 150%. You make your $90 on your 60. So just stuff always to keep in consideration, because when people first start trading this, you might say, man, 60 cents isn't that bad on oil. I see oil move $3 in a day, right? Well, that's great, but your profit is capped at a $1.50 movement from the current price we're at. So you got to realize all that stuff. Yeah.
And folks, you can come over to the website. You can, that's why we want you to test drive these products, okay? Because when you test drive and you go over them a few times, you're going to understand these different moves and the numbers and how these boxes are set up.
So jumping around, right? let's jump to the 2:30s.
Yeah.
Okay, 8 a.m. till 2:30. Now here's where you can have more movement. Now you can probably pay a little bit more premium. They're not quite as lined up well,
Right.
but they're pretty close. You have a floor at 53.50. We're at 53.85. You have a ceiling at 53.50, and in this one, you do have $300 of total value. You have $3 to the upside, $3 to the downside. So here's our one to the upside. We'll be buying it. Here's our one to the sell side. So there you're looking at about
62.
70, 70, 68, 68 or 70. Call it 70.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, so
70.
a little bit more money.
Okay.
But the
Look
difference,
how much time you
the
have,
difference
though.
here as well,
And
though,
money.
is that this is a massive difference. This one has a much more bullish bias because to the bearish side, you have no value until it declines 36 cents.
Right.
So, you know, you would need some serious movement to the downside, just a little bit different. All those little nuances.
Big time. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. You have the Dow Industrials right now down 18. NASDAQ is up 11. S&Ps are off $1.50. We're going to be right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. We have the, let's see, you get the Dow down 25, NASDAQ is up 10, S&P's down 2.
I'm just going to jump back real quick to take one more peek. Now, here's what would be awesome, man. Tell it. By 11 a.m., we need it. We need it over here. I don't know if that'll happen, but it's going in the right direction in terms of having that free roll. So we pulled it up during the break. 319 was the price, which now this was the short position, so that's $110 is what the exit was, which is great, man. You know, you had about 30 $33, I think, $35 somewhere in. You got $110 back, and guess what? You got this, which there's no current market on this, and there won't be a current market for probably like 8-9 pennies from here. Not even close. But guess what? I like to use the term, there's a probability that's greater than 0 that could expire in the money.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
Right? Hey,
that would be crazy.
It would. Hey, we've seen it happen, man.
Oh, no,
You've had some losing positions that by the end of this hour and the NASDAQ have turned positive already this week.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
That was like crazy.
Exactly.
And if we do go over and we take a look at the Dow right now, the winner is the leader out there is Visa. That's up 1.3%. United Technologies up 0.8. Caterpillar's up 0.4. The laggard, you have Travelers Insurance down 1.2%. Goldman's off 0.9. J.P. Morgan's down 0.9. American Express is off 0.8. So let's look at J.P. Morgan for a second. It's going to be intriguing if now see that has to do with the dollar going down and the bonds going up. Like, okay, are the banks really going to get that interest rate spread?
Okay.
Inside the NDX 100, what we have is Alexon Pharmaceuticals up 7.8%. NetEase is up 3.8%. C-Trip is up 3.4%. Taken away from it is Discovery Communications down 2.3%. Oh, look at that. Interesting. All the, QVC, which is Liberty, Mylan Pharmaceutical. So
we were talking about during the break, how about Macy's and Kohl's, right?
Oh,
man,
that's intense, man.
To be in the mall business or the retail business right now. There's a lot of good retail that you can probably be in. Not the big retailers in terms of competing with the Amazons. I think you want to be in a niche environment if you're a retailer. You don't want to be in just a mass market retailer having to spend money on brick and mortar, because guess what? That's what Amazon is. And all they're spending money on is like planes that are going to drop your package from now on.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Exactly.
Very serious.
Now, hey, well, let's do this.
Did you see the patent they filed
for
that? Oh, yeah.
No.
They filed a patent for literally a blimp that would operate as an in-air warehouse. So they have their warehouses flying around the sky, and they just drop your package. I mean, think about it. That's where we're going, man. I mean, they got the patent.
That's like a great movie.
It's reality, man. It is. No, I know. But, that's, hey, why not? When you think about it, you want to store everything as close as possible to delivery.
Oh, totally. Store right in the air. So here, in that same context, folks, so this is the largest mall owner in the world, Simon. And the last 6 months, this is intriguing. You just went from 229 to 180.
And I think they got to be trying to figure out maybe a different business model, right? In terms of it doesn't mean they're in trouble. Malls, we've all been in malls. They're packed, it seems. They're not like they're empty. But man, the like I was saying during the break, I actually didn't buy a single thing, I don't think, at Macy's this year for Christmas. We have a great Macy's right by us.
Beautiful Macy's.
Yeah, and in a great mall.
And what's interesting there is that I don't think I've been in a bad Macy's.
Yeah.
So like when a Macy's closes, that's going to hurt the mall.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Big time, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't shop there at all. We know what we talked about. I shopped on Amazon, that's for sure. So.
Wild.
Yeah.
So let's go over and, you talk about action inside the metals market, folks. This dollar, someone is selling this dollar, watch this, DXH7. This is pretty intense. You talk about volume coming in, man. Someone does not like the U.S. dollar right now. You're down 1,100 ticks. You've done, look at this. So when I did the update, 10 o'clock was 30,000 contracts. You've done 10,000 contracts. That is big.
Where are you okay, right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is big contract volume, folks, because most times inside the dollar index, 8:30 to 10 is kind of like the biggest of the day, even though they're open at 2:30.
Sure.
So that's a big number.
Yeah.
And that it's not.
That's kind of the end of the day in Europe, which is a big deal. Dollar, euro, all that stuff, right?
Yeah. And it's not stopping.
Right.
In that context, folks, here, let's bring up our website, because in this context, this TFNN.
Yeah.
The Everbank currency account, folks, is a great way to
step into foreign currencies.
It is. It really is.
Yeah. And, as they say, step into it. These are where you can add foreign currencies, and you can do the automatic purchase plan.
Right.
So, normally I think these had a $2,500, and I'm not sure of that, but I think it was $2,500 minimum. And with the automatic purchase plan, you can just, maybe you want to do $100 a month, so you're not even locking in maybe this exact price, but you're making sure you're starting to get these prices.
That's right.
And especially if you're using any type of currency overseas. If you're planning a trip, if you do business overseas, if you do business anywhere, and you're going to use those actual currencies and you want to lock in this value, I don't know of any better way to do it.
Listen, if you want to go on vacation, whether you want to go to Europe, want to go to Mexico, want to go to South America, great way to do it.
Man, you want to go to like England, right?
Yeah.
Go get some pounds for yourself.
Right.
Lock in that savings, man.
I like the deal, man.
Yeah, for sure.
If
we'll have to get our man Chris Gaffney on and see what he thinks of those Fed minutes.
Yeah. I think this is one of the best accounts. Well, two different things are happening. That when you go on vacation, or it'd be nice that you normally spend, whether it's $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, you're saving for it anyway, right?
Right.
You just don't go to vacation and like all of a sudden come up with the money. Most of the time you have to save.
That's how it works.
So this is a nice way of saving. I'm going to this country.
And that's not even that's not even what they talk about. But yeah, it provides that opportunity. Same thing where it's kind of a plan to set that money aside.
It is.
Call it a layaway, not really, but somewhat, yeah.
Now, if we go over to the gold contract, as the dollar's getting destroyed, what you're going to see is that this price spread is getting bigger. We've already done 190,000 contracts. That is a big number. That means that we could come in with like 250,000 contracts out here today. Because gold, this is still early in the morning for gold. Gold.
Gold's not like the dollar.
No, not even close. So you just launched the 11. Look at this, interesting, man. So we hit 1182. 1190 is on the agenda here. That'd be really weird. Not weird, but that'd be quite a run. Let's see. So we're at right now. You have 1.4%. Silver's still lagging. Silver needs a big boost here. This silver market needs some action going on here. Because what you have with silver, let's see, we're up 20 cents. SIH 7. Oh, it's getting there. Okay, 50,000 contracts. It's getting there. Still lagging a bit, but it's getting there. Okay, so now what are we going to do with oil? What time is it? 10:50.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Start the countdown.
You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. And, of course, then our man, Mr. Basil Chapman's going to be coming up next. Swim lessons, Steve Rhodes, Dave White, myself. We do have Andy back
Andy
today.
Hecht is back, baby.
It's a beautiful
you
thing.
Got it.
Dow's down 33. NASDAQ is up 10. S&Ps are off 2.5. Gold's up 17.30, folks. Hold on.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has put together the finest live programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 9 hours a day starting at 8 a.m. as John Logan kicks us off each trading day with the Global Market Pulse. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Mondays and Fridays, catch live trading on the Nadex platform with host Tom and Tommy O'Brien, along with Daryl Martin on the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN, educating investors. Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. We at the Dow down 32, NASDAQ is up 9, S&P's off 2.5. Let's go to our man Jim in Minneapolis. Hey, Jim, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Tom. Happy New Year, Tom and Tommy.
Hey, Jim. Happy New Year, man.
Yeah, let's make it a great one.
Take it by storm, yeah. Speaking
Take
of
it
cold
by
weather,
storm. I like that.
Definitely. We'll all take it by storm.
It's minus 6 degrees here in Minneapolis, so we need some of that natural gas to heat the house today.
That's a fact. Wow.
But yeah, you're talking about retail. Macy's, one of their flagship store in Minneapolis, is slated to close in March.
Oh, bummer. Okay.
And Neiman Marcus is closed in downtown Minneapolis.
Really?
Saks is closed. Yeah.
It's really tough, man. I don't know how they're going to compete in terms of, just from a personal level talking about it. I didn't go to the stores as much.
Wow.
And I can't. That's a trend that's going to be tough to reverse, to say the least.
I always called Neiman Marcus needless markup.
I knew too, man. Totally.
There's no doubt.
They got some serious prices in that store, man.
Well, you know what I'd do a lot? I'd go there, find out what I really like, and then jump back online again.
That's how the world works now, man.
Exactly. It is.
Yeah, it's
quite a beautiful showroom they set up for you.
Hey, Jim, it's so cold in Minneapolis that there are lawyers with, let's say.
There are lawyers with hands in their pockets. They're throwing comments at you in the den, man. They're fired up in the den. They're coming at you strong.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking at this hack. I actually bought some. It's an ETF.
Okay, so let's take a look. It's hack. It's Pure Funds Cybersecurity ETF. Let's see. So the index tracks companies.
Cybersecurity, huh?
Yeah, they track companies across the globe that are direct service providers or key drivers in the cybersecurity software.
Has that been in the news lately? Or something
seriously,
like that?
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Okay, so. Let's see. Yeah, you get, I mean, this week's been a good week. I mean, it's got volume. It looks like it can test the high at least, which is, we're right next to it, 28.27.
Yeah.
And it has volume up there. This hasn't been around that long, so.
What about that volume for February?
No, I guess it has been. Okay, 1 second. Hold it. Yeah, well, this gets intriguing because this does have volume even at highs of 33. And you were looking at where? No, let's see, right?
Where I was?
Yeah.
Right here.
Right. Oh, interesting, man. And this does, man, you get some volatility here, Jim. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
More than likely we'll see it test the highs first, but you got to watch out for February of last year. You had, God, it looks like in August it got smoked beyond belief. Well, I guess these firms are high volatility firms anyway, because inside of a couple of these, let's see, you have.
That's kind of why I took the ETF route rather than
which is smart. You get some
Juniper, Cisco.
Right. You get some companies that have been around a long period of time, and then you get some new ones that are highly volatile anyway. Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, it should be good into all the
Oh,
shenanigans
listen,
going.
if years ago you knew that vulnerability on a computer was big, but it seems like anyone can get anywhere. Not anyone, but hackers can get anywhere they
It's
want.
not going anywhere, as in
No,
that's not going to
it's
go
only
away.
gonna, it's only going to get bigger.
For sure.
It's only going to get bigger because everything is wrapped around technology now. No doubt.
But it wasn't Russia, though. We know it's not Russia.
No, they're good guys. They just love us.
It's a big party, man.
Yeah, totally, man. Geez, to sass that to all the folks that they've already invaded through the course of years.
Well,
and,
that's what Reagan thought, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Cooking, brother.
Thanks, Jim.
Have a great one,
Cooking,
man.
thanks.
Have a safe one. You stay right there, folks. Our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, is going to be coming up next. The oil numbers are going to be up next. And, of course, then we got a great lineup for you. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, pal. Wow! Have a great one, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.